Loneliness, it's a taboo subject, and a new report out today reveals that a fifth of under 35s have one or no close friends. That's 3 times as many as a decade ago. People born in the 80s and 90s are far less likely to chat to their neighbours or join in group activities. Linda, I'm just thinking your kids are kind of broadly in that age bracket.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Well, obviously, they're not been able to see their friends during the pandemic and everything, so I think it's been really difficult for them. But I also think it's been difficult for older people as well, because, like, both of my kids now, Lauren's already left home, she's got 2 daughters, and Louis thinking of, like, he's been trying to find somewhere to live with his partner, and Bobby's been trying to find somewhere. And I think I'll be really lonely in that house with just Mark, because Mark works at a COVID centre. So I feel lonely sometimes when I'm indoors, like not being able to go and see your friends and things like that. I think I found it really, really hard. And so what I do is I just go away for 2 days. And
on your own?
Yeah, I go to a spa hotel. There's a little hotel that I like in Southend and that I go to. And I'll just have 2 days there. I can watch what I want on the television. I can go and have a little spa treatment and that, and it's really nice. And then I look forward to going home then. But I'm absolutely dreading when they leave home and there's just me and Mark left there. It'll be really, really hard, I think.
Well, I mean, your kids are sort of there and not there.
Yeah, they're there, but they're not there because, you know, Jamal's busy, he's always working, doing this, that and the other. And Tanisha, she's got her boyfriend and she has her school friends that she still has, that she went to school with. So it does get... The last couple of years, it has got a bit lonely for me. And I think that's probably why I got the cats, to just, you know, I've got somebody to cuddle. And but I think I like... That's why I like coming in here, because I've got these strong ladies.
Tell everyone what you called us this morning.
Well, my associates.
We thought we were friends. We thought we were friends.
I've got friends that are associates. You're associates, you know. But I'm talking about having that friend that you phone a couple of times in the day, every day.
Yeah.
I don't have that. So, you know, it's nice to come here and get that and have a little chinwag and
With your
And do you go and do
With
stuff
my
on your own as well, like Linda?
Pardon me?
Do you go and do stuff on your own?
Oh, I go clubbing on my own if I want to.
Really?
Dancing. Of course.
Would you go to the cinema on your own?
I've done it, but I don't really go to the cinema. I just stay at home and get the popcorn there. But I've gone clubbing on my own. I go to a restaurant on my own. And
I did last night. I went to Prad on my own. I went to see a cabaret at Prad last night. But I don't need to go with friends because I make friends wherever I go. I'm sitting on a table. Actually, Claire Sweeney was there and quite a few people. We just sat and had a really, really good time. But I didn't know who was going to be there. I just went on my own. Mark was there.
That would fill me with so much anxiety.
Oh, would it? No,
yeah.
I just love it, honestly. I really do.
You're always going to meet up with somebody.
I think when you're in our business as well, you're used to being away a lot and you're used to being in hotel rooms on your own or apartments on your own, and so you get used to it. You watch what you like on the blooming telly.
It's different when you're going on tour, though, because you know what the deal is.
Yeah,
but when you're at home and it's like... I think there was one time when Jamal and Tanisha, they were going out to some festival thing years ago, and I was there, and Tanisha came downstairs. She said, "Oh, I'm going out." I said, "Oh, you look lovely." And she could see that I was like, "Oh, I want to come," but I don't want to cramp her style by going out with her and her mates. She's like, "Oh, my gosh, I'll ask my mate's mum's wants to come with you." And I was like, "Well, I don't want to go with somebody I don't know because that's just a bit, you know, a bit strange and it might be a bit much for her to put up with me first time."
Do you think it's harder to make friends as you get older?
Yeah, I think it is. It's just because there's so much that you've been through and it's kind of like the same kind of thing with a new partner. You know... Like I say, it's nice to be able to tell them stuff about yourself, but you don't necessarily get there with someone you just don't know.
What about you, Frankie, at your stage?
You know, I don't really get a chance to be lonely with my kids because they're so young. They're just around me all the time. But I think, like, I have all my old school friends who I've known forever and I've always had them. So... For us, we don't feel like we have to talk all the time or, you know, I don't ring friends every day or anything like that. So I never feel lonely in that way. But I definitely feel like my kids have less friends than what I did back in the day. And I don't know whether that's because of community, like kids don't play out in front anymore, do they? You can't just let them go off and do that. And I suppose a bit with the pandemic and stuff, but I also think maybe a lot of it has to do with people being on their phones and things like that, and like having friends online rather than I don't know. I think it's a hard one, but as someone who suffers with depression, I do get into that mode sometimes if I'm having like a depressive time, I get it into my head that, like, I can't leave the house, I don't want to leave the house, and then I start thinking, oh, I've got no friends, no one wants to see me or spend any time with me. But then if someone then was to invite me out or say, do you want to come and do something, I would say no, because I don't feel up to it, and then it's a vicious cycle, so...
Yeah, so you've got to force yourself sometimes.
Yeah, and I think especially after a pandemic, people have got used to being home, their own kind of routines. It's actually quite hard to...
It is a horrible feeling, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think for me it was worse when I left university, and then I got a job in another city and I didn't know anywhere and I was staying in this appalling bedsit. I mean, it really was rank. I don't care if you're the landlady out there, it was rank. And I just didn't know anybody. You know, and it's like, well, to be honest, I made myself a chocolate cake every night and I put on about 3 stone in 6 months or something because... And then you go to join clubs and, you know, it's just all a bit... It feels like too much of an effort and you've really got to make that effort, haven't you?
Yeah, and I think as an adult it is harder because you've had your life, like you were saying, you've had all these things happen and whatever, and then I think as you get older it's harder to meet people and not find... It sounds really bad, but not find the annoying things about them annoying. Like, me and my friends, we all know each other, we know what makes us tick, we know what annoys each other, we know what to do with this one and rely on this one for what. Whereas I think when you meet new people, sometimes they do something and you go, oh, I don't quite like that about you. And then when you're older, you're like, you're a bit like, I haven't got the time or the effort to have to deal with that.
Well, I think I've got 4 really close friends, and then I've got loads of other friends. Like
Associate friends.
I would say...
Associates,
I wouldn't call you associates. We go back a long way. Frankie, not so long.
I'm a newbie.
You're a newbie, but you're a friend now. And we socialise together and we go out and everything, so I would class you all as friends. I'm not sure about
Brenda's feeling really ganged up on that.
You're not an associate.
I said I have friends who are associates. If you're in my house and I'm in your house, I'm cooking you food and everything, and we're going out every week and we're talking on the phone, then you're a brethren. It's not even a friend or a brethren. It's different.
And that is a good thing.
You're a friendly associate. Stop it.
Let's not finish this with a fallout, girls,
my
will
goodness.
we? No.
I love you all, I do.
No.
We know.
And I miss you already.
Thanks, Bren. Said with feeling. Say it again.